All right, and we're live. Welcome back, everyone. Where we left off. After returning to Sandpoint, the party enjoys a well-deserved nights of drinking and relaxation. Upon boasting to the townsfolk of their accomplishments in the Foxglove Manor, many tavern goers offered to buy drinks for the new named Sandpoint Six. The party takes a week to recover from their fight with Aldrin and Foxglove, and in the meantime, the contracts the Carpenters Guild to repair their Sandpoint townhouse. At the same time, rumor of a similar series of murders occurs in Magnamar. Victims found with disfigurements and carvings of a seven-pointed star on their chest. After a week of rest, a messenger boy knocks at the door with a letter. The letter refers to the Magnamarian murders and how the party did to resolve Sandpoint's recent dilemma. It goes on to request the presence of the Sandpoint Six in Magnamar as soon as possible. The letter signed by Lord Mayor of Magnamar. You now find yourself in the townhouse. It is mid-morning, and the rainstorm from last night has turned to a cold snow, the first of the season. The ground is patched with the fresh white, and puddles that were frozen now begin to thaw. The chill of the morning only wavered by the roar of the hearth from the center of the townhouse. What do you do?
Oi, what the fuck is this then? 1 week. 1 week. And we already have to do this again. Are you seeing this shit?
Nobody's saying that we have to, I'm assuming that we've just put the letter in the middle of the table and somebody's put a dagger in it.
Sure.
I mean, nobody's saying we have to. Oh shit, we just got that table repaired too. Fuck, we're.
Oi.
Fucking,
I was going to say, look at that beautiful table.
God, we're uncivilized. Well,
I guess suppose that's what a week of downtime does to you.
I'm willing to bet it's Raptor who just fucking drove the dagger in there.
A full-size dagger, to clarify. That is length of Raptor.
Which makes it that much more impressive.
Oi, Tristan, you're onto something. We don't have to do anything. I say we just wait here until spring. And if they still need our help, maybe we can go check it out then. But I'd like a nice, relaxed winter.
No, I was saying that just because it's a similar murder doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be facing the same threat. I mean, Foxglove Manor certainly seems specific to, or at least as far as we know, that's a very specific, I guess, haunting and spell. And it wouldn't be prudent for all the members of this cult to be, turning everybody into, all of their underlings into, goblin-like things, mutated freaks. So it's unlikely that we're going to have to face the exact same threat again. I mean, I wouldn't put us past having to fight some of those creatures again, but I don't think we're going to have to fight ghosts again. That seems a bit asinine and repetitive, and if I know anything about ancient cults, they certainly they have a flair for the dramatic, and the same hat trick over and over and over again gets stale, and it doesn't exactly lead to, a good reputation. People are like, oh, that cult, they have one trick, they're a one-trick pony.
Okay, Tristan, I hear you. Now, the point I'd like to make here, we were in a horrifying haunted house with ghosts and ghouls and goblins, oh my. And now we're supposed to go to Magnamar for a similar thing, probably connected. Do you think that the thing in Magnamar is going to be less horrifying than ghosts and goblins?
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question about our experiences in the manor. Did you die?
Tristan, it's not about the death of the
did
body.
You die?
It's about the death of innocence.
But did you die? But did you die? Because I nearly died.
Okay, well, let's pack up our things then. Tristan says we're going to Magnamar. Get packing, everyone. Let's go. Let's find another murderer.
Well, I would say that I understand where you're coming from, Raptor, but I would have to agree with Tristan. I think it would be better that we make our way there faster and sooner rather than later.
And with everybody going under, winter's only going to get worse. It's still early now. The snows are only just coming in. It's a 2-day ride to Magnamar, which it's going to be unpleasant. I won't lie to you. Traveling during cold weather is never a particularly enjoyable thing, unless you're only going out for a few hours, maybe with an attractive maiden, and then you're back in, back home time for, supper. But
oddly specific, but we'll let it slide.
I give Raptor a pointed look, like, shut the fuck up. I told you that in confidence.
Oi, okay then, Tristan, Uchimir, answer me this. Do you remember yesterday when we moved back into this townhouse that is brand new, repaired, and now after one night in our lovely new home, you want to say fuck Sandpoint, fuck off to Magnamar for an indefinite amount of time, and let this place go to shit again? No. All right. You drive a hard bargain, but I volunteer. I'll do it. I'll stay here and hold down the fort. You all have fun in Magnamar. I will
Raptor,
see you
do know
probably
that the reason
never.
this place fell into disrepair was because it was unoccupied for decades, right?
Look, Tristan, we don't know how long we're going to be in Magnamar. Could be decades.
We can always talk to somebody and make sure that they're going around the house. There's this thing called the mail, messengers. We can send money to make sure that anything the house needs, is taken care of. Plus, heroic reputation and all that in this town.
Sure, that's great, but we won't be appreciating it. Whatever. Uchimir, what are you saying?
Well, I think I see where you're coming from. We did just rebuild this place.
Also, how drunk were you, Raptor? We've been here for a week. That's 7 days.
No, we were in the tavern for 7 days. Remember, Tristan, how drunk were you?
Not as drunk as you.
For a whole week, I suppose. Who am I kidding? We all were. I'm sorry, Uchimir. You were disagreeing with me again. Go on.
No, you're good. No, I was going to say we don't need to leave tonight if you don't want to. I mean, we could spend one last night in our lovely town home and hit the road tomorrow, or
we are also going to need to get supplies and such, so it's not as if we can't spend a few more days in Sandpoint,
right?
Settle affairs, maybe say goodbye, have one more stuffed mushroom.
Get some we could potentially hire some sort of person to come clean the house also, so it doesn't come back dusty. Or we'll come back to it, it'll be nice and clean.
Yeah, I mean, the going rate here is like 2 silvers a day.
All right, well, I suppose then.
Raptor, why don't you call up that widow you keep paying an excessive amount of money to?
Oh, we can give the house to the widow then?
No!
That's perfect. That's perfect. We won't fucking need it. We're going to go die in Magnamar, Tristan. We ain't coming back.
Oh my god, you stupid little dragon pixie.
You almost died in Sandpoint. Magnamar's going to chew us and spit us right back out.
Okay, it might chew you up and spit you back out. Some of us are made of sterner stuff.
All right, Tristan. All right, you're welcome for that healing back in the manor. The fucking reason you're here. You exist because I allow it.
Oh, I don't know who was killing everything. I'm sorry. Who killed the evil cultist in the manor again?
I'm not saying we would have survived if you didn't.
Yeah, who killed the evil? How many?
You know what, Tristan? You're right. This whole fucking party is allowed because I allow it.
No.
All
Most
right.
of the party is alive because you allow it. You exist because I keep you alive. Let's get that straight.
Okay, big man. All right. Okay. How about we all take a moment, 60 seconds, walk outside, get some of this heat going, then we'll come back in. We'll figure out what we want to do. Deep breaths. All right, then. Tristan, I apologize for yelling earlier. Uchamir, I apologize for being a dick. What do we want to do?
Well, I think we are going to have to answer the summons to Magnum R.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, even though we do have some reputation here, we don't exactly have enough repute to deny the orders of a Lord Mayor. Even if we were to turn down his invitation, somebody with that amount of power, even if they are not exactly the most high up government official, can still make our lives extremely difficult.
Oh, so we don't even have a choice, is what you're saying.
I'm saying that we do. And again, if that is the way you want to do things, we can figure out a way to do it. But it is going to be the harder path. And may not even be the right one. In addition to that, my idea with the widow is, she lives in a very small house compared to where we were living in. And, she wouldn't even really have to stay there full time, and you're already paying her an excessive amount of gold. I'm sure it wouldn't bother her too much to come in and make sure the place isn't falling apart.
It's a great idea.
Okay.
Better than finding some rando who might look through all our things.
I like the first half of that, Tristan. Now I need to point out how fucking pretentious it is to hire a fucking poor person to come make sure that your very nice house is taken care of. But no, they can't live here. They just come to check on it and go back to the slums. That's fucking pretentious. How about we let her move in until we come back? How about we let her move in with her small child, and then when we come back, we can figure out the next move. Maybe we can just take her house and
she can
fix
keep.
that up.
But what about her house?
Oh, we can move back into that one.
Into the slums?
I'm not moving into slums, Raptor.
All right. Let's deal with the house later. As far as Magnamar goes, I'm in, but I need a promise from everyone.
No.
Yes.
Tristan, hear me out. Uchamir, thank you. During our time in Sandpoint, we grew as a team, and a lot of trust was built, a lot of loyalty, and I do really care about this group of people. I never thought I would. You were a bunch of weirdos in the woods, poorly hiding in bushes when we met. But now here we are, and I need to make sure that same trust is conveyed back to me. So when I'm in a situation, as ridiculous as it might seem, and I need your help, I need you to help me with it. I'll answer all the questions later, but I need to know that I have a team behind me.
Okay.
And I'll do my best to explain the plan to you before it happens, but as we know, sometimes things go haywire, and a band of monkeys shows up with a large vat of alcohol, and I just need to know that my team is with me.
Really? You're never going to let that go, are you?
Hey, Magnamar's a new start, Tristan. Sandpoint 6.
Yeah, maybe you can mend your thieving, stealing ways.
That would be a good place to start.
If by mend my thieving ways you mean do it better, I'm way ahead of you.
No, I mean give up thieving and stealing and general illegal activity.
That sounds like a good idea. We will live much happier lives with less heat on us.
Okay. Okay, I will take that one into consideration. But do you have my back?
As long as it's perfectly legal, yes.
Okay. Now,
Otherwise,
now I hear you. Sometimes it might not be perfectly legal.
better not. It's almost better if I don't know about it in that case.
Okay, wonderful. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for not renouncing my actions, just choosing to step back from them so you're not involved. That really means a lot.
If I do know about it, I will try and stop you. But if I don't, nothing I can do about that, can I?
Fair enough, Uchimir. And Raptor makes a mental note to himself right now about how he's gonna. He's like coming up with a story of how he's gonna lie to Uchimir while carrying a stolen good and try and make it sound just and legal.
Uchimir will probably fall for it.
All right, then. What do we need to do before we move out of our nice, lovely new home?
Well, obviously we're going to need to get supplies. We're going to need to make sure our mounts are well prepared for such a journey. We may need to look into some winter accoutrements for them.
Mm-hmm. I'll also point out that if you
need to get that fucking hide tanned and turned into a tent.
You know it.
I'll also point out, if you bring everything that you currently have in the townhouse with you to Magnamar, it's not all going to fit on the saddlebags of your horses. You're going to need something else.
We need a cart.
I mean, I didn't think we were going to take everything on the townhouse anyway.
Some of the items, they're pretty bulky. The one that comes to mind is, I'm pretty sure that Kaj has an alchemic kit, which is like 8 bulk on its own.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a ridiculous amount of bulk. I assume that he's going to want to. He's just been stowing it in the townhouse. I'm assuming he's going to want to bring that. So either you figure that out or you leave it behind.
God damn it. Okay.
I think it's time we upgrade our ride.
You can drive a cart. I will be doing no such thing.
You can also hire someone to drive a cart.
How
not that
paying anybody to do that for us?
How
much good money on that? No. A fool and his money hires a driver.
I would ask actually, Marshall, how much it costs, but you know what? I think it would be quite interesting. I'm very interested in investing in a wagon or something for us. Is there someone that I could go in town? I think there must be.
Probably. What do you think?
Wait, we want a fucking wagon then, eh?
You guys still have to pay for it. I'm more than happy to, though.
Well, is it going to be Uchimir's wagon if you pay for it, or do we all share it?
It's Uchimir's wagon. We're all just throwing our shit in it.
Okay,
that's a good way of looking at it.
Can I dig a house into it?
Of course.
Oh, perfect. All right, I'm in. Uchimir pays for the wagon, I get a house.
Can you do what?
Dig a house into it.
Dig a house?
You never dug a house?
No. I live in a house.
Yeah, but sometimes when you're not in a house, you need to dig a house. Remember at the mansion, I dug a house.
You mean you dig a hole in the ground?
No, it's a house.
It's a hole.
I slept in it. It's a house. I dug a house.
It's a hole. You slept in a hole.
All right, Tristan, agree to disagree. I dug a house, and I'll do it on the cot.
You dug a hole. I've done
You
the
call it a
same
hole.
thing.
I call it a house.
House
it's not a house. It's a hole.
Tristan,
It's like a
if you
foxhole.
dug, okay. If you dug a big hole and then you slept in it, would it still be a hole or would it be a house?
It would be a hole. I have
wrong.
dug a big hole.
You're wrong.
And
It's a house. You dig a house.
I've been to war. I know what a foxhole is.
Why are you using foxholes? You carry a sword. That's not useful for you. Why would you stand in a hole with a sword?
That's not how it works at all.
You should have dug yourself a house. Would have been better off.
You can't dig a house.
Okay.
You slept in it.
Okay. We'll just figure this one out later then.
Fine.
Yep, we'll bring this up.
Well, there is a wagon shop. Okay. Well, I'm going to make my way to the wagon shop, and if anyone wants to join me there, or if you guys would rather get some supplies.
I'm gonna go to the supply. Where is Raptor? Where are you going?
I need to look at my character sheet for a moment before I decide that.
What's a character sheet?
It's this list I have in my brain.
Oh,
It's where all of my.
You have a brain?
Yeah, believe it or not, smaller than a walnut.
I suspect it's smaller than a pea.
Oh, it's larger than a pea. By a little bit.
So it's like about a kernel of corn.
Hey, how about you go wherever you were about to say you were going to go there, Tristan? I'll find you back here tonight.
Fine. I will go to the supply shop and see what we, see if we can't just buy things in bulk. And I'm going to take that hide and I'm going to go get it made up into a nice tent.
That's a good idea.
So we can stop hauling around a terrifying demon pelt.
All right.
I mean, I want the terrifying demon pelt to be like part of the tent, but,
But
right now it just looks like we have the disembodied skin of a demon.
Right.
All right. So what are you going to do first?
Utramir, you spoke first. You go first.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to go to the. Dang it! I saw it on here. What's it called?
Ween's
Wagons.
Right.
I don't think we've even been there yet, so this is a good opportunity to go.
You've not
Nice.
been there yet.
Awesome.
Be charming.
All right.
As always.
So you trace through town, and let's go ahead and you trace through town and make your way to Ween's Wagons, a relatively unpronounced building. It tends to fade itself into the woodwork of the town. And outside, you see a man working on a cart. It looks like he's kind of hunched over, repairing a broken wheel or axle. The man seems like he's kind of huffing and hawing, having a little bit of trouble. And as you walk forward, the brace that kept him, that kept the wagon from falling on top of him gives way, and it falls to the ground. It seems that he's pinned to the ground by the cart itself.
Oh,
what are you going to do?
I'm going to try and lift that. I'm going to try and lift it up, try and get it off his arm.
Roll a strength check.
Uh, 21.
All right. You successfully lift it up just enough so that he can free himself from underneath the clutches of the wood wagon. A man, kind of a lengthy looking man with a kind of forward pronounced jaw, looks at you with wide-eyed surprise. Oh, thank you, sir. That was very kind of you. And he kind of rubs his arm to see if there's any permanent damage. It looks like it was pinned pretty well, but nothing that a few days recovery won't resolve.
Are you okay, sir? This is my pleasure to help, but are you okay?
Yes, fine. Hazard of the profession, don't you know?
Oh, I understand completely. Absolutely. Sorry, my name is Utramir. Utramir Zashel, and you are?
Bilivar Ween. You're one of the Sun Point Six, are you not?
Absolutely. You know it. Absolutely.
Yes. The rumors in town have not waned. They say that you killed a demon lord, if I have heard correctly.
Correct, yes. It was quite a harrowing experience. And I'm afraid to say that my companions and I are going head first into potentially something similar. We're on our way to Magnamar and in need of a wagon.
Ah, well, then you came to the right place. Anything in particular that you're looking for? A simple cart or wagon, covered wagon? We have all that you might need.
What would be the price points on each of those items?
Well, a simple cart that will cost you right around 15 gold pieces. A covered wagon that's closer to 35 gold pieces. The wagon is a little bit more resistant to the weather, and it certainly can carry it a bit more, but it also requires 2 beasts of burden to carry it. The wagon only needs 1. And then, of course, the beasts of burden will be a separate charge.
I think with the weather as it's probably going to be going here in the winter as we make our way there, it'd be better to have the covered wagon. If you have any, I would gladly buy one from you, sir.
Well, it just so happens that I have 1 remainder. Normally, I'd charge 35 gold for such a cost, but given that your recent assistance, I would part with it for a mere 30 gold.
Oh, I appreciate it, sir, but I'm more than happy to pay the full price. I truly do.
I must insist. That was a very kind deed that you did.
All right, sir. I cannot refuse your request. Thank you, sir, very much.
You will, however, need 2 beasts of burden to carry that or drag that along. You most commonly are horses or donkeys. That's what I would recommend.
Quick question: can my riding horse be one of those horses used, or?
It can be, although you can't ride it while it's drawing the carts.
Gotcha.
Let's just go see if we can't get some cheap horses to pull the damn cart.
Why not, right? I'll gladly take 2 horses if you have, could I rent them through you, sir, or how does that work?
Well, you can. Ooh, that's a good question. You can certainly rent them, although you'll have to put the full cost of the animal as a deposit, I'm afraid.
Could I buy them from you, or would I have to go somewhere else for that?
You can indeed. I have a few contacts in mind. The horses themselves, the draft horse, will cost you 50 gold each.
50 gold, so 130 gold total. I think you got yourself a deal, sir.
Very well, very well.
Take it from the party inventory. We can afford it.
You got it.
Might I also recommend a laborer or a wagon driver to drive the wagon while you ride alongside, should that be your choice?
Not good. How much is that? How much are we gonna have to pay him?
Yeah, how much for a wagon man?
A wagon man, this time of year in particular, the going rate is 2 gold pieces per day.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
There's 6 of us. We can idle animation.
Honestly, I'm just excited to know who this driver is going to be.
Tristan is just, as he's walking, somehow just goes like, ugh.
Got a feeling that Utravir's throwing money, like burning money.
Why do I feel like I'm going to have to take over as group treasurer again?
I would gladly hire someone.
Of course, if you prefer to drive it yourself, you can certainly do that as well.
No, my companions and I know would love to have someone drive the cart Another voice to have on the road too. Always looking to make friends.
Very well. All right. Well, I think I recall where your residence is. I can certainly have the cart along with the beasts of burden ready for you, and I'll send the wagon driver along the way by the end of the day.
Sounds fantastic. Also, are you sure your arm is okay, sir?
Yes, very fine, and not the first time that's happened.
Okay. If you need any help with anything, please again let us know. More than happy to help out.
Very kind indeed.
I bid you adieu, sir. Thank you.
And to you.
Oh, and also, sorry, here's the 130 gold.
Very kind, very kind.
Before I leave.
You're stealing your hat and doing something horrible with it. I haven't decided what, but it's going to be horrible.
Something's going to happen.
Something's going to happen to the hat.
Just like Tristan got the feeling that Uchimir was burning money.
Yeah.
Uchimir grabs his hat and is like, why do I have the feeling something bad's going to happen with this hat?
Right, so we'll go ahead and hop over to Tristan. What are you doing, Tristan?
So after that feeling of why do I feel like I need to teach the group a lesson about finances, Tristan heads over to the tanner to go get that tent made up.
All right.
So,
Yeah,
it's not
here we go. All right, so you make your way to the tanner. The smell of the tannery is right as soon as you get within proximity of the building. The smell of chemicals and rotting flesh. But it seems that Lars, the tanner, is busy at work, both keeping himself warm by a fire outside his building, as well as smoking and tanning various hides by the trappers near within town. He seems very active and very busy at his work.
Tristan looks around to see if there's a bell or a knocker or something to get their attention.
There's no bell or knocker, but as you get a little bit closer, he notices your presence and kind of stops what he's doing, wipes off his hands with a rag from his pocket, and approaches you. Oh, yes. Is there anything that I can do for you, sir?
Oh, I have this giant, horrifying demon pelt that has been salted and preserved, and I kind of need it made up into a tent.
Right, well, let's take a look. And he gestures towards a open table for you to lay the hide on.
I do so.
By the gods, this is an ugly bastard, isn't it? Where'd you find this thing?
I killed it.
His eyes widen. Impressive. Must have been a bitch to kill.
I had help.
Well, you want a tent made out of this thing, yeah?
Yes. And the more horrifying it can remain, the better. Like, I find it... I doubt anybody who's going to find the people who are sleeping in a demon tent. It's probably a good deterrent to brigands or anybody who has, sense. Probably going to do us nothing in case we encounter anything supernatural or anything without two brain cells stringing together, but, that's adventuring for you.
Well, it's certainly within my repertoire of skills. Actually, I have something in mind for this particular hide. It would do nicely.
Really?
Now, as far as size is concerned, the amount of hide that you have here would be enough to cover, say, 3 individuals sleeping if you were to lean it against a tree or say, and string it up, lean-to style.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you have a little bit more gold on you, I might be able to make it into a proper standing tent.
Spend that gold.
I like that idea.
And even put a little bit of a sidewall on it. I have a few hides lying around, a few cow hides that would serve its purpose, and it would leave the... What is it that you said this was?
That's a demon.
Demon. Fair enough. Simple, easy to remember. I like it. This demon hide. It would leave this demon hide as the primary roof of your tent. Can even leave the head as the entryway. Have a nice decorum about it. Wear off any would-be poachers or bandits that might come into camp.
I like that idea. That's a good
idea. It will cost you a little bit more with materials and labor and such.
I think I can manage.
Ah, good man. Well, when exactly did you need this?
How soon do you think you can? What's the soonest you think you can get it?
Well, it is the high season. Trappers and hunters are bringing in their hinds right about this time, so I'm no short for work. But if you really need it right away, I suppose I can have my boy work on it, and I can help him out and have it done by, say, tomorrow morning. But it'll cost you.
End of day tomorrow, and how much extra would that cost me?
All in all, between the labor and extra materials, I have a few horns and antlers I have in mind for the accoutrements. It'll run you right around 100 gold pieces.
We can make that happen.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. That gold.
Yes. You're the next contestant. You're the next
Tristan realizes he's not allowed to do anything to Ukamir's hat because he's basically blowing gold too.
Last episode we brought it in. This episode we send it out.
That's right. Make it rain gold pieces, baby.
Raptor's going to the brothel and just fucking...
Raptor's not doing anything in the brothel. We know what Raptor's running.
Oh no, dude! Raptor has a plan. We'll get to him.
Oh God. I'm alright.
Spent 130 on the horses and the carriage. We have 100 gold on the tent and 150 gold in the brothel. Right? That's about the spending budget, right?
Our accountant's gonna look at our taxes and be like, "What the hell is this?"
Business expenses.
In the same day, you bought a wagon, a tent, and several prostitutes.
They're
what's this? Opium?
They cook the meals.
That's right.
Among other things.
Right. Well, I'll have my boy bring over the tent once it's finished. It'll most likely be done by tomorrow morning.
All right. We can make that work.
All right. Well, good day to you then.
Good day to you as well. So I'll upload that, and I'll go to the general store and see if we can't just have a bulk adventurers if there aren't any just premier packages for adventurers heading out in winter. Where's the Costco of Sandpoint?
All right. So what are you doing now?
Trying to find the Costco of Sandpoint.
That would be the general store.
To the general store to find, bulk adventurers needs, I suppose.
All right. So you make your way to the general store, which is being manned by Venvinder, a man that you've come across several times before.
Oh yeah, we avenged his daughter.
He seems a little bit blue, a little bit more blue than last time you saw him, though that might be having to do with the fact that his never to be seen grandchild, will never be seen. Though he seems that he perks up a little bit as you walk through the door. Oh, Tristan, and he seems a little bit happy to see you, but at the same time, somewhat embarrassed, unsure how to proceed.
How you doing? How you been? I don't know.
I've had better days. I must admit. But well, you did right by me and mine, and I thank you for that. And
it won't get better per se, but it'll get easier. I promise.
I hope you're right, lad. I hope you're right. Well, enough personal. Any business you'd like done?
Oh, yeah. Me and the well, things are going to be a little quieter now. Me and the lads are we're heading out soon, so just here to stock up some supplies. See if you can't suggest sort of anything in bulk for travel to Magnamar for these conditions.
Right. Well, Magnamar, you say?
Yeah, just a little excursion. If you, I don't think we're too particular in the group, but you know us well enough at these points, and you know our needs. So, if you could put something together in package form, I'd come by tomorrow and just pay you whatever it cost.
Right. Well, that's certainly doable. Weather's getting a bit chilly, a little brisk. I'd certainly recommend some furs or wool clothing to ensure that you stay warm while it's only going to get colder.
Yeah.
As far as food is concerned, it's not too long of a trip to Magnamar by horse. It's about a 2 or 3 day journey. By foot, a wee bit more. So some provisions would be not miss, especially something that warms the heart. Perhaps a bit of brandy for those cold evenings.
Top shelf.
Probably.
Spend that gold.
Yes.
I also have some nice spiced wine that, especially warmed by the campfire, can warm the traveling soul on a long day's journey.
Well, knowing the company I keep, they're definitely going to need a little bit of liquid courage now and then.
Right, well, I'll see that you have both. And, of course, then there's your standard rations, a little bit of hardtack and sausage, hard cheeses, that sort of thing. Something that'll last and keeps for some time. Afraid the fall's harvest is about over, so there's certainly some salted pork that might prove well.
I've survived off worse.
So you know its taste then. It's
oh yes.
It'll keep you alive, but that's
but
only
it's certainly
just.
not pleasant to go down.
Indeed, I've had my fair share as well.
When times are lean, hunger makes the best sauce.
Well, is there anything else that you'd care for on your journey?
No, Oh, wait, you wouldn't happen to have any hunting horns or anything similar to that, would you?
Sorry, hunting what?
Horns, like sounding horns?
Ah, yes. Now that you mention it, I just might. Wait here a moment. And he thumbs through the back room, and you can kind of hear a clanking as he kind of shuffles through chests and shelves, and drawers are smashing, and it looks like he's trying to find something in particular. He returns with a horn about yay big, and
you were waiting to pull that out, weren't you?
no.
Nice.
Oh my god.
And he says, now this fine specimen, carved and made beautiful by the Northmen in particular. This is a fine specimen. I acquired it from a traveler from the north, and haven't had anyone that's really been interested in it. It's certainly a sounding horn. It'll certainly get the job done. But it's a little bit more fine, a bit more of a ornate piece, if I'll be honest. And he kind of shows it to you, and you notice the masterful and exquisite carvings that are accustomed and cultured to the men of the North, a sailing people that revel in their mead and fine drinkery.
Oh, I'm quite fond of the North people, my friend.
Ah, well then you would recognize this as a fine piece then. For you and what you've done for my family, consider it a gift. And he hands it to you.
I'll bear it well.
See that you do. See that it serves you well. As far as the other items, I can have them ready for you and delivered to your townhouse in, a few hours. The cost altogether will come to... You're getting winter clothes for everybody, the whole party.
I think we already prep. I think we already prepped for winter clothing in a couple adventures past. I guess I'd say maybe a few extra cloaks, in case anybody just a few extra. All right, we got a couple of spare cuts on hand.
Okay. It's not going to run you too
extra cloaks and.
Okay. Are you looking particularly for wool cloaks? That's going to be your cheapest option, or a little bit finer, a little bit warmer is going to be some fur coats. Your
coats, baby.
mid-grade is going to be something like a wolf, or actually wolf would be a finer coat. Something mid-grade would be like a deer or a hide coat. A little bit more finer is going to be like a wolf or bear coat.
We'll take some deer skin fur coats and cloaks.
A couple of mid tiers.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, all that
gold embroidered wolf skin. Spend that gold.
Right. Well,
we need wolf skins. We'll hunt them ourselves.
Kaj might not like that.
Good point.
Don't worry. Once we cut to Raptor, he's way ahead of you, Tristan.
Right. Well, for all that, that'll run you a mere 40 gold pieces.
Consider it done.
Hell yes.
Well, we'll go ahead and.
Hey, gold's heavy. We can't be carrying all of it to Magmar.
Right?
Hey, I mean, sometimes to make money, you got to spend money.
That's right.
If we made this much money here, we're gonna be fucking 1%ers in no time.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I'm going to. You spent 130, right, Uchimir?
Mm-hmm.
130 plus 100 plus 40.
Uchimir spent 130. Tristan spent 140. So Raptor's budget is 135.
You know it. It's the it's the way things are meant to be.
Yep. Median spending budget. Turns out Raptor's actually an accountant.
That's right. Before meeting us.
Before he came, he was an adventurer. He was
a respectable
one of the leading accountants in his field.
Yeah.
Literally a field.
Lost his memory, but still has it in the back of his head. I don't know how.
Ability to crunch those numbers, though, that is forever.
That's right.
Yeah. So okay, I updated the party goal, so we should be Gucci. All right. Well, I think there's no rush. Uchimera is off procuring transportation. I just spoke with the tanner. I mean, a few hours would be great. So, but again, no rush. I don't think we're leaving until tomorrow.
All right. Well, hopefully Sunpoint can hold things together while you're gone.
I'm sure you'll be all right. I'll just prep you for a short tenure. In fact, I think you could probably look forward to a few quieter days without us, running amok.
Well, with winter coming, one can only hope. Enjoy a little bit of woodwork, a little whittling, and while the days grow shorter.
How's your daughter doing?
He quiets. As best as can be expected.
She's not taking it easily then.
None of us are, but life can be hard sometimes and often unfair. That is the reality we live in.
Did Benny have any other family?
Afraid not. He came to town a few years ago. I often thought of him as a bit of a whip myself, and young lad seeking his fortune, and regrettably I was a bit harsh on him but we all have our regrets.
I'm sure that means plenty to whoever he may be.
Indeed. Well,
I'll leave you be. Try not to darken your doorstep with any more darker talk.
well, I'll see that those items are delivered post haste. Good day to you and good travels to Magnamar. Be safe out there. It's big old city's not for everybody.
I'm sure we'll miss here, for long. Hope you winter well. Stay warm.
I thank you.
I will go ahead and take my leave.
All right. All right. While this is all going down, what's Raptor doing?
Good question.
Oh boy, let me tell you.
Oh, yes.
All right, first thing in the morning, after that whole dispute about digging a house, Raptor is heading over to the Pillbug's Pantry, one of the alchemy shops in town.
Okay, let's go over to Pillbug.
I'm already terrified as to what is about to happen.
Right.
No, this is the pretty tame part.
Oh Lord!
Yeah, it's a multi-stage.
This is the tame part. Dang. that kind of scares me more, actually.
Yep.
All right, as you make it to Pillbug's Pantry, you make it through the front door to a unassuming establishment with a sign out front that notes it as an alchemy shop, and the letters overhead that read the Pillbug's Pantry. A man, great in his girth and loaded down with fineries, both of rings and necklaces, tends the front desk, and he waves off a elderly woman that he has it looks like he's just finished up a transaction with, and she kind of waddles out of the front door as you make your way through. Right, well, anything that you need, lad?
Oh yeah, that's why I came in here. Hey there,
Anything
friend.
in particular?
Yeah, I have some leaves and flowers. Would you mind turning these into potions for me?
Well, what do you have?
Well, let's see. Raptor starts grabbing out of his backpack and just throwing shit down on the counter, starting with a green elemental mushroom, a wholegill flower, a wild onion, a willow bark, a javia leaf, and a red mushroom. He has a cocoa plant, but he's keeping that one in his backpack for now.
Okay, you gotta give me that one again.
The whole list,
slow.
yeah. Green elemental mushroom,
Okay.
red elemental mushroom,
Okay.
wholegill flower,
Okay. Yeah.
wild onion,
Mhm.
willow bark,
Mm.
and javia leaf.
Okay. Well, you can certainly make a few things out of this. Although I will say that most of what can be made out of this is not exactly encouraged in this town. If you get my drift.
Would that be a problem for you then?
Not if you have the gold to back it up.
Okay, how much we talking?
Well, it seems that you have enough here. You have 3. You have 1 of each, correct?
Everything on that list is 1 of each, yeah.
Right, well, altogether, I could make you a... You said elemental blue and elemental green, right?
Green and red.
Green and red.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I can make you elixir of elemental energy, acid resistance out of that green elemental mushroom. That red one, that'll do nicely for some fire resistance. The whole gill, that can be made out of elixir of whole gill. Wouldn't recommend drinking this stuff myself, but who am I to judge?
Hey, don't worry, I already have. I love it.
It is all beginning to make sense now.
Boy,
Why you've come
counting.
to me. And
I didn't come here for a morality lesson.
Called him the fuck out.
the willow bark, that can be made out of a decoction of willow bark. Simple thing to make, but a little bit beyond my below my station, frankly.
Below your station, huh?
It's a bit of a simplistic potion to make, really.
Should take you no time at all then, and I'll gladly pay for it.
All right. Well, altogether, that's going to cost you
135 gold.
No, not yet. I have a step 2.
Okay.
I need to save some of my budget.
Oh, and then you have the Havia leaf. That's a simple thing to make as well. Well, let's see. Altogether, that'll run you right around 300 gold pieces.
Oi! Raptor pauses for a second, and he starts like the motion to cast Mad Monkeys, and then like stops himself for a second. Like, are we doing this again? I can take this right around the corner to. Hold on. To the bottled solutions. They quoted me half that.
Did they now? Well, I can't argue with their prices, but their quality is something, well, leaves something to be desired. You never know if you're going to be healed from a particular wound or be turned into a toadstool.
I can do 50 gold.
You make me laugh, lad.
All right, mate, then hear me out. You sell this, you do this for me for 50 gold, and Raptor reaches into his backpack and pulls out a cocoa leaf and says, and I throw this into the pot for you. Now, to clarify, a cocoa leaf is not illegal, right? Just the cocaine that it is turned into?
Technically
It doesn't
speaking,
matter.
yes.
Raptor pulls it out anyway. Perfect.
Well, now, that is interesting. Where'd you find a thing like that?
I think I'd tell you my guy that easy.
Fair enough. Well, if you throw that in as payment, I suppose I could reduce my costs to 200 gold pieces.
Oi, mate. This is ridiculous.
That's
For a
about
few potions.
that's about going right, but just so you know.
What the fuck? Okay, with that whole gill, is he quoting me for a minor, or is that like
That's a minor.
quality? Oh yeah, fuck that noise. All right, mate. You don't want to play ball.
Also keep in mind, I haven't quite, for the homebrew stuff, I haven't quite figured out going costs, so I'm making the shit up on the fly.
Well, mate, it's too damn much. I'm gonna go around the corner, see what bottled solutions can... Oh, never mind, I lied to you and said I already went there. I'm going back there and getting their half-off cost.
Didn't you, did you not pull the fact that you're one of the 7.6 at that place?
No.
Too late now.
Raptor forgot about that one.
You're fucking late.
As he leaves, he's gonna yell back inside, "Fucking save the town, and I'm treated like this." And then slam the door as hard as Raptor can, which is like a normal door closing, very gently.
Just
you hear behind you, "Oh, I saved the town. Wonderful for ya."
Oh my god, this guy.
I'd flutter up and open the door again and poke my head in. "Oi, mate! I'll burn this place to the fucking ground, alright? Don't fucking talk to me like that. You're alive because I allow it." And he closes the door and leaves. And he goes around the corner to fucking bottled solutions.
Alright.
And he does the same fucking deal. He's gonna walk in. Oi, can you turn these into potions for me?
A half-elf, a young half-elf, comes from the back room to greet you. "Oh, yes, let's see, what is it that you have? Oh, very interesting indeed. Some ingredients I don't see too often. I hope you found this in a reputable manner."
I was digging around in the woods. Sure did.
Of course.
I have a bird. We fly. We go in the woods. I found it in the woods. Can you turn them into potions for me for 50 gold? That's my offer.
50 gold, well. I'm afraid
and I'll throw you a cocaine leaf.
Ooh, well. That is...
Ixnay on the cocaine.
Yeah, Ixnay on the cocaine.
That's it.
Well, now,
or
that
if
is...
you're not...
Well, now, that is interesting. Well, normally my services are a bit more expensive than that, but given the additional payment, I suppose I could do some of what you've asked. Perhaps one of the elemental resistant potions, as well as your Holgil elixir, and a decoction of willow bark as well. But I'm afraid for everything you ask, even with the additional payments, it will cost you, say, 200 gold pieces.
All right, mate.
And that's about 50? The going, Ryan.
Yeah, Raptor's slowly figuring this out, that maybe potions are just expensive.
Yeah.
All right, mate. What can you do for 50?
For 50,
I need the whole guild, and I'd like the willow bark, and...
For 50 gold pieces and the ingredients, I can make you a decoction of Holgil, lesser, minor.
Ooh, I was gonna write that down and hold you to it.
I know you are. A decoction of willow bark and one of the elemental energy resistance, either acid or fire resistance.
I took fur.
All right, that sounds great. Yeah, you know what? And Raptor grabs both mushrooms and holds them behind his back and kind of mixes them up, left to right.
Right.
Great. Here's the red one.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Yeah. make that one and the willow and the other thing that you said, the whole gill, and I suppose I can spare 50 gold. It's steep as shit, but I guess this town's just real expensive. Turns out there's no hero discount here. Anyhow, here's your cocoa leaf.
Discount.
Say that again?
That is the hero discount, I'm afraid.
Boy, mate, that's fucking criminal. I can buy a carriage for 30 gold, you know that? A whole fucking carriage.
Well, I didn't spend years developing my skills for nothing, I'm afraid.
All right then, mate. When can you have it done?
I can have it sent over in, say, a few hours.
Fantastic. And Raptor tosses 50 gold out to him and donates the cocoa leaf.
All right. So, unless someone wants to do something right now, I think we'll just go ahead and fast forward a little bit.
Raptor does have
okay, go ahead.
One more step. He's going to spend the rest of the day, or like an hour or two, trying to hunt for a rabbit in the woods.
A rabbit in the woods. Okay. Are you trying to get it alive or hunt it? Hunt it.
No, I'm trying to kill it.
Okay.
Yep, super clean, crossbow kind of deal.
All right. It's going to take you about an hour to get outside of town to a good area where it looks like it's going to be. Ooh, actually, let's have you roll a survival check to see how long it takes you.
Perfect.
See if you can find a good hunting spot.
17.
All right, it's going to take you about an hour to get enough outside of town, enough where it's wilderness, relatively wilderness, enough where you'll find some rabbits. Go ahead and roll another survival check to actually hunt the rabbit.
Dirty 20.
What are you using to hunt it?
My masterwork crossbow, legally obtained.
You successfully harvest one rabbit.
Perfect. I'm here for the pelt, really. But Raptor will just fucking mow down the raw rabbit and then take the pelt.
The rabbit's about twice your size.
Well, then he's going to eat what he can and then, like, whistle to wolves or something and summon them over and take the pelt and head back to town.
Roll a survival check to skin the pelt.
That's good shit. 31.
All right, you skin the pelt with a and then just rip it off the carcass cleanly and masterfully. It is a very fine specimen of a rabbit that would make for very nice gloves or hat. Should it be treated accordingly?
In Raptor's case, a full fucking coat. I'm heading to the tanner.
Yes.
All right. You make your way to the tanner. It doesn't look like he's noticed your presence being so tiny. It seems like he's quite busy at his work.
I just cast ghost sounds at him while I flutter up onto the counter.
What in bloody hell was that?
Oi, mate, I got a job for you.
And he kind of looks at you. What kind of job are you talking about?
I need this in a jacket for me. Winter coat style. Make sure to keep the head as a hood.
Well, he kind of takes the rabbit hide. Well, it'll take you some time to properly tan this, but certainly it can be done. When do you need it?
As soon as you can. I think we're heading out 2 days' time.
Oh, well.
Tomorrow night or morning after.
That won't quite be enough time to do it right, but I have many rabbit hides that are just ready to be stitched into a fine coat for you, if you prefer.
Boy, mate. That's a fine pelt there.
It is a fine pelt, I'll grant you that, but Tanning takes a little bit of time. Take about a week or so to do it properly.
All right then. Tell you what. How much is it going to run me? If you use a pelt you already have.
Well, the good news is that rabbit pelts are quite cheap, and it won't take too long, I don't think. We'll have to take your measurements, of course. What exactly did you have in mind? Just a full coat or pants to match? Or boots and gloves and hat as well?
Well, I really didn't think this far ahead. I need to be warm for winter. So let's do pants and coat then.
Pants and coat it is. Well, and he kind of eyeballs your measurement with a little bit of a string. Well, it won't take much in the way of materials, but it will take a bit of time doing. And it is the high point of the season. I suppose I could have it done in, say, by tomorrow morning for 15 gold pieces. Nah. Well, your friend, he brought me a fair amount of business. Let's say 10 gold pieces.
How about you keep this pelt and we call it even?
Well, if I was
trying to drive a bargain,
if I was in the habit of exchanging a pelt for another pelt that yours is not tanned or made into anything, I wouldn't be in business very long, now would I?
Well, friend, you said it yourself. This is a damn fine pelt. Finer than whatever you're going to make for me.
I won't argue that. It is a damn fine pelt, but go ahead and roll diplomacy.
Let's see. 11.
It is a damn fine good pelt, but I have a business to run. I suppose I could do it for 9 gold pieces.
7 and you got a deal.
8 and it's yours.
Raptor holds out both of his hands to shake this man's finger.
Very well, I'll have it delivered with your tent by tomorrow morning.
Oh shit, Tristan's finally getting that done, eh?
He is. I've already begun work on it. It'll be a fine piece. Actually, one of my finest work, I'd say.
Well, make sure not to give too much attention to that. I need this coat looking fine.
And it will, lad.
All right, mate. Appreciate the business.
Excuse me.
bless you.
Thank you.
And I think that's gonna be it for Raptor. Way under budget. I had like another 80 gold to blow there.
You guys are all keeping track of your expenses, yeah?
I subtracted the
Somebody
cost
is, I
for
hope.
Outramere and Tristan's expenses in the party. Like, that's been subtracted. Raptor, how much did you spend?
I don't know, but I was pulling it from my personal stash, so
Okay.
it's accounted for.
Oh, we got to add back 130 then. Sorry, Luke. I took out the.
Oh, okay.
130
Yeah, that's no
originally.
problem.
I'll add that back in.
Yeah, just punch it back in. That's why I asked you earlier. I was like, okay, we can just take that down, then whatever the fuck Raptor does.
Gotcha.
Because, I mean, these are group expenses. I think it is justifiable to tap into the group coffers to pay for them.
Absolutely.
Raptor
Yeah, I
paying for
agree.
personal shit, that stays
Yeah.
with
Nah, Raptor's coat and drugs are definitely group expense.
Hell yeah.
No, fuck they
Hell
aren't.
yeah.
He did
Only if he shares.
nothing to
That's
support
right.
the group on that
Only
adventure.
Listen, the books we submit to the accountant have to be clean.
There we go.
You can do
Forgery
whatever
is a
you want with
crime.
your own personal funds.
Exchanged cocaine for services.
That's correct. It's
Your ledger can be
everyone's
as red
clean.
as you want, but the books we submit at the end of the year have to be.
I mean,
Can we do a quick break while we...
Yeah,
Fast
let's go
forward in time.
ahead and do a quick break, and we'll return in a moment.
Hell yeah.
Hell
We're gonna rock this.
And we're back. All right. So the party has just gone through a series of thrift shopping and a little bit of expenditure. They found a little bit of a burning hole in their coin purse that they wanted to spend a little bit of gold. At this point, it's about midday or so. It's going to take until about the next morning for everything to kind of come into place and everything to be made or delivered. What would you like to do in the meantime?
Wow.
Or we can skip ahead.
Should we let the sorry. Yeah, should we let the sheriff know that we're leaving?
Probably.
Boy, I don't fucking like that guy, but that's probably a good idea.
All right.
You don't like him because he holds you accountable to your shit.
No, I don't like him because he's mean to me.
Wimp.
I'll make my way to the sheriff to let him know that we're gonna be departing.
All right. So you make your way to the garrison, one of the more foreboding buildings in town, made completely of stone. At this point, you know your way well to the office of Sheriff Baylor Henlock, and the guards wave you in as you make your way through the gate. Sheriff, it looks like he's giving a few orders to a couple of his sergeants and lieutenants, and he sees you come through and gives a gesture for them to go on their business, fulfill the orders, and waves you into his office. Right, Utamir, how are things? Good, I trust.
No, they are good, Sheriff Hemlock. I hope the same for you and your men.
Much better since you and your compatriots have dealt with the murder problem in town. Much more civil, the citizens.
Good. I hope that will dissuade people from rioting or causing any trouble.
Well, I can't blame a citizen for being concerned, given the murder spree that befell Sandpoint, but order was restored, respect in law was retained, and things can go about the way that they are accustomed to. And I thank you and your compatriots for assisting in that.
No problem. More than happy to help out. I did want to come by and tell you, Sheriff, that we will be departing to Magnamar tomorrow morning.
Magnamar, you say?
Mm-hmm.
What, if I might ask, brought this on?
We'd received a letter from oh gosh, sorry. Who is it?
Lord Mayor of Magnamar. Basically, we're seeing similar murders to what we took down over there.
That's right. Thank you. The Lord Mayor of Magnamar called us, sent us a letter, and said that called for our services. They might be facing something very similar to what was happening here in Sandpoint. We're going to investigate.
Well, that is discouraging, but not unexpected for a city the size of Magnamar. Though you say they are of the same kind, similar sets of murders.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
The same disfigurements and carvings on the chest.
That's what it sounds like.
And he scratches his chin in contemplation. Disturbing indeed. Well, I am regretful in seeing you leave. You've done a service for Sandpoint and its people, even if some of your compatriots have sometimes found themselves on the wrong side of the law. I'm nonetheless grateful for your assistance. Though
For
I
sure.
can not stand in your way of continuing as you'd like to continue, I will give this word of warning for Magnamar. I've visited several times in my tenure as sheriff. Last time I was there, I requested further reinforcements for the goblin raids on Sandpoints, and they only gave me about half the men I requested for. This is suffice it to say that Magnamar is not like Sandpoint. It is not a small town of honest folk, largely honest folk. It's a metropolis of sorts, but not one that I care for myself. I'm a simple man of a small town, and Magnamar is, well, a different entity entirely.
We would be dealing, I assume, with many bureaucrats and rich men.
Magnamar has no shortage of either, I'm afraid, and worse scum than you've ever seen at Sandpoint. Beware, in particular, the Underbridge. It's a fest, a haven for the underbelly of the city. It's not a place for honorable folk like yourself.
I appreciate that, Sheriff. Thank you for the heads up. Sounds like they may need our services in more than one way.
Well, Magnamar has no shortage of its ails, but it also has no shortage of people claiming to solve the issues of the city. I'm sure that they will find need of your particular sets of skills, but also recognize that here in Sandpoint, you are, for the large part, respected and admired, especially given your last adventures. Though this phrase, big fish, small pond, comes to mind, and I'm afraid Magnamar is a very big pond.
I appreciate it, Sheriff. I will always consider Sandpoint a second home. And if you ever need us, I will be messaging you from wherever we stay if you need to contact us for any reason.
That is very kind indeed. Well, I wish you best on your journey and safe travels.
You as well. I hope that you and your men stay safe. Try to stay warm. Winter is going to be brutal.
And as he kind of walks you out and hand on the shoulder in a very friendly manner, he kind of walks you through the halls. And one more thing. Please give my continued condolences to yourself and the rest of your compatriots, in particular Kaj and Raptor. They seemed more affected by your recent ordeals than the rest of you.
I'll pass this along, for sure. Thank you, Sheriff. I know they will appreciate it.
Safe travels, my friends.
Thank you, sir.
All right. And Raptor just doing anything while he's out?
Not really. Like, he's just... Utramir's just doing Utramir. Tristan, I guess, is just walking back to the house.
Okay. So...
Yeah, Raptor's just hanging out, bullshitting around.
So by the time that Utramir makes it back to the townhouse, it is about late afternoon, early evening. It looks like at about this point, people are beginning to finish up the day's work, retreating to the various taverns of town, and whereas some are enjoying a nice evening's rest. What do you do?
Wait, are we planning on taking off tomorrow or the day after then?
I think tomorrow morning.
Don't we have a lot of our tasks and errands coming back end of day tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning.
Okay. All right then. Well, I was gonna say we could go get hammered, but if we gotta leave early, I guess that ship has sailed then. I only get to be hammered in this townhouse once before we leave it. Fucking shame after how much gold we spent on it.
Oh.
Tristan keeps his mouth shut.
Tremere is like, well, don't worry, I've spent my fair share today as well.
Are you guys sure that you don't want me to stay here and keep Sandpoint safe while you all head to Magnemar?
No,
you're coming with.
Alright, but if this town is turned into a bunch of ghouls by the time we get back, it's Tristan's fault. For not letting Raptor stay and protect it.
Don't worry, my friend. If we need to come back,
I'm gonna
Sheriff
say,
will send a message to us.
Raptor, I don't think you would be much in the line of defense if this town were attacked.
Alright, Tristan, remember what we said at the start of this morning? Yeah, that's right, I'm calling it back. You're alive because I allow it.
Yeah.
No.
Anyhow.
I'm healed because you allow it. I'm alive because I got a decent sword on. You would have died 5 times over in our last adventure if it weren't for me.
Alright, mate. Alright.
And that's putting it lightly.
Raptor kind of nods at Tristan and smiles, knowing that this is just old school pre-bonding Raptor Tristan interaction. We're just kind of jumping right back to that after we both bled our hearts to each other in the bar last night. Both just defenses up, kind of being assholes again.
I love it.
All right then. Well, y'all got anything?
Well, I got nothing planned for the rest of the night. Did you have anything, Tristan, you wanted to do before we leave?
No, let's go to bed, get a good night's sleep, and be ready for to set out in the morning.
Hey, well, if you got nothing going on, I have a quick mission for the most legible of the two of you. I need you to write a note to the historian. He's my friend. His name is Bro. Just let him know we're gonna be going for a little bit, and that I will see him soon.
I thought you were.
Just kidding. I can write. I forgot if I could read or if I could write. I can write.
I will get right on that for you, Raptor. Don't you worry.
Name Tristan, quite all right. I got it. I can do this.
Tristan goes, gets some paper, and pulls out a pencil, and transcribes what Raptor says and scrolls it up.
Raptor just writes on his own fucking thing, just a letter. Dear Bro. Me and my companions are taking off for a little while, headed to the big town of Magnemar. I'll be on the lookout for anything that might interest you, or might further introduce us to this seeming plot with the Runelords that we have. I hope this message finds you well, and I look forward to hearing back from you. You can write to Robin in Magnemar, and I will receive your message. I will see you soon. Love, Raptor. But love is crossed out and it says from under it. Like you can definitely tell it says love. But he crossed it out and just wrote from.
Okay. FRUM.
Yeah. And I give that to Robin and have her take it to the historian's place in the evening.
Fine. I guess I'm not good enough for you then.
Boy, last time I had you write a letter, the sheriff never showed up, so... Not saying you did that, but... Correlation might equal causation.
And the last time we had a fight, you did exactly nothing.
Boy, mate, go to bed. It's sleepy time. Let's
Go to
deal
your
with this.
go to your and you go to your
I'll
hole.
dig a house, mate. I'll dig a fucking house.
Go
Is that
to
what you
your
wanted to
hole.
hear?
You're not welcome in the townhouse anymore.
All right, mate. We have 2 days' journey to figure this one out.
Good. In the meantime, stay in your hole outside. You can be in the backyard because I'm generous.
Oh, remember when I tried to piss on you? Maybe this time I'll do it.
Remember when I nearly shot your cock off with an arrow?
Yeah, all right.
Maybe this time I'll do it.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. We have 2 days to settle this. Let's see how it goes.
well, I shall see you both in the morning. Hopefully, we all have every body part still attached to us by the time I wake up in the morning.
Highly debatable.
Boy, he won't do a thing. We'll see y'all in the morning.
All right. After a restful night's sleep, you wake up early in the morning. Raptor, you feel in particularly revitalized by your night's rest. It seems that your recent fit of fatigue has
You can
abated.
call it opium addiction. We'll call it like it is.
It's the truth, damn it.
All right, y'all. I'm ready for more drugs. Got that one rinsed out.
You ready for more what?
Nothing. Potions, Tristan. Potions.
Oh, good. I was going to say, if you're feeling like you have a headache, I think we have a bandage of Advil somewhere around here.
Boy,
I think I got
something.
I think I got a potion of Motrin.
Yes.
You take that with, you take a knee, you take that, you drink some water. Apparently, you're fine.
Boy, actually, now that you mention it, there should be a potion of Advil arriving right about now.
Little Excedrin migraine.
Points to the door and hopes that it's the knocking of the potion boy.
Tristan goes and answers it.
So as you open up the door, it doesn't seem there's any knocking. However, there does seem to be a few packages waiting at your doorstep.
Oh, wonderful. Tristan's just gonna pick them up and kind of set them down and see what's what.
All right. It seems that you find a package with several 1 ounce vials.
That was one.
Vial of Holgil Healing Minor, or I can't remember if it was lighter or lesser, actually.
It was minor.
Minor.
Yeah.
A elixir of elemental energy acid resistance, minor. A decoction of willow bark. A tiny set of... in the second package, you find a large... it's a rather large package wrapped in kind of rags and cloth. And inside, it seems the folded up tent. It's actually quite heavy, quite large. It probably weighs in at about 25, 30 pounds. And is rolled up about 4 foot tall and with a radius of, or a diameter of about a foot, maybe a foot and a half.
Right, well, we know what that is.
As well as a small package that seems to contain a very finely made rabbit's suit made out of rabbit skin, both a coat and pants.
Hold on. Did somebody... this must have gotten mixed up in the delivery system. There's baby clothes here.
Oi, mate. You fucking know that's mine.
No,
Low-hanging fruit, Tristan. Make a small joke about Raptor. Well done. Very creative.
Raptor, this
and
can't be
Marshall,
yours. I've seen infants wearing this.
Marshall, can I retcon that I did pants and instead it's just one big coat?
Sure.
No, it has to be the
cloak
look.
style.
A onesie.
Why not?
It has to be a onesie.
It's a onesie.
A fucking no.
It's a onesie.
No.
Them's your choices.
No, dude.
This is
No.
literally clothes for a child.
What do you?
Look at this. It's even got
Just like
buttons on the rear
A
end.
cloak that has sleeves, essentially.
Sure.
It's got a little cloak too.
I'll allow it. Why not?
It's adorable.
Oi, shut the fuck up. And I put it on, and I look at him, real fucking stern-faced. Where are your jokes now, then? And I grab the hood, and I pull it up, and it's a full-on rabbit head.
It is a rabbit head.
Oh my goodness.
And its ears kind of perk up a little bit, but they're kind of only like half there because it's a dead rabbit, so it's kind of like it's almost like a deformed, like drugged out rabbit, really.
And then Raptor starts jumping across the table like a rabbit. Oh, you think your jokes are funny, huh? You think I look like a rabbit? Oh, is that it? Okay.
Oh my god, Ushima, look at him, he's adorable.
He's so cute. Do you have any carrots, Tristan?
Oh my god. I think I ordered supplies just because there are any carrots in there.
There are in the third package. You do find a bushel of rations, as well as a few fur coats, predominantly made out of cowhide. The coats themselves are hardy and weather resistant, nicely waxed, and ready for the whatever it is that the winter is to throw at you. The rations themselves are fairly standard, a bit of hardtack, some dried out bread, salami, dried and hardened hard cheese, as well as some dried fruit, and even a couple of bricks of pemmican, a mixture of fat, dehydrated meat and wild berries. A very high caloric food that is preeminent, often used by many adventurers in the region, especially this time of year.
By chance, how much does like the winter gear weigh bulk wise?
Bulk wise, it's probably about a bulk each.
Okay.
About one bulk.
Just need to make sure. All right.
So
cool.
there, the winter clothes that you guys ordered is just essentially a cloak. So cloaks come in a couple of different fashions. There's your standard wool cloak, which is pretty common, pretty inexpensive. You guys opted for kind of the mid-grade cloak, something more made out of hide. In your case, cowhide. The third and most expensive, but certainly the most water resistant and absolutely certainly the warmest would be a fur cloak, something that of a wolf or fox or bear or of the like. Rabbit would also be probably on par with about a mid-tier cloak. Just for it's a little bit finer, it's a little bit lighter, and then you also, just by your nature, you're going to have a little bit harder time keeping warm, being such a small little guy. So it's about on par with everyone else, about mid-grade or so.
Oh my goodness! Look at him hopping around over there.
It's so cute.
Oi, mate,
It's so adorable.
Oi, mate. I'll let you know, in my head, and I'm gonna say it, it's canon. It's fucking canon, alright? This looks badass. I'm a little dragon with a full polar bear looking fucking skin on me, but it's actually a rabbit to fit my size. It looks badass, alright? That's canon. That's canon. You can't challenge that.
Ears.
He's adorable. It's an adorable badass cloak.
I'm not sure if I want to hunt him with a bow and arrow or pick him up and snuggle him.
Oh, I shall hold him and snuggle him and call him George.
I take the hood off, and I take the whole fucking cloak off, and I fold it up and put it in my backpack. Yeah, well, let's see who's laughing while you freeze your asses off this winter.
I pull out the wool cloaks for me and Outramere. Or the cloaks for me and Outramere. We'll do fine.
Too bad you're so big that you lose more body heat than I do.
I don't think that's how it works.
Well, you're bigger, so you lose more.
And aren't you also, like, cold-blooded?
You know, I think I am. That means I thrive in the cold.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
No, it doesn't.
No, cold and cold. Tristan, this is simple. Tristan, you don't understand this, do you? When your
Tristan
blood is
thinks
cold,
back to
the
all
cold
of his
doesn't worry you.
lessons on science and anatomy, and he knows that Raptor is wrong.
Outramere looks back on his non-experience and is like, wow, I didn't know Raptor knew so much about science.
Love it.
Tristan, like, thinks about his education and goes, Raptor, no. And if you want proof, I'll pick you up and I'll throw you into a snow dune without your your bunny costume.
Well, obviously I bought the bunny costume because it'll keep me warmer, Tristan. Whatever. Tell it to me while you freeze to death.
You'll be colder.
Let's get on the move.
Blooded.
So how that works?
Yes.
I don't think Raptor's actually cold-blooded. I actually don't know what blooded Raptor is. He's a fairy.
I don't know what kind of blooded a dragon would be in general. I think
Right.
we're arguing potato.
Maybe this is just like from movies, but I feel like our dragons like I feel like they got like lava for blood.
I think dragons can probably I wouldn't consider them mammals, but they're probably, in terms of self-regulation of temperature, about akin to mammals.
You know, actually, we know what the answer is because folks out there watching, just tell you right now, we know this because the D&D movie with Jeremy Irons.
Oh, we don't need to bring that into this.
No.
When the
That's
blood
sacrilege
goes into the
in
water,
these
it
rules.
burns.
No. You leave that heresy where it belongs.
Please watch that movie, folks.
No,
It's,
don't watch. Do yourself a favor and
it's-
don't watch that movie.
It's such a good time.
You should watch
But if
it
you
once
want to
and
watch a
never
decent
again.
Jeremy Irons movie, go watch Kingdom of Heaven, the director's cut.
Ooh, yeah, that
Ooh.
director's cut kicks ass. It's great.
Boy, what in the fuck are you talking about?
We're doing
Talking
endorsements,
about
Raptor.
my
Shut up.
blood.
Wow, that took a
Talking-
tangent.
All right,
I
then.
did
Oh,
take
you
a
mean
tangent.
those You mean those plays that are being played in all the plays in town? You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
They
theater.
just put on Kingdom of Heaven
Yes.
and Dungeons and
What
Dragons.
the fuck kind of a name is Jason? Is that what you were saying, Jason? I never heard that name before. What fucking
Well,
idiot would be
it's-
named that?
Hey, coming from the dude
I
who named
apologize
himself
to any
after that
Jasons in
category
the
of
chat.
bird.
Maybe Jason's watching in the future.
Well,
shout out
James, they'll
to
get
the
over it.
entire
They're
audience.
Jasons. They
This
know
is
it.
the best. Oi, then, should we get the fuck out of Sandpoint?
I think it's a great idea.
We still need to wait for the cart, don't we?
Knock, knock, knock on the door.
That's shit.
Look at
Ed
that.
Sheeran, is that
The
you?
cart arrives because I allow it.
I'm going to slay you, tiny dragon.
Hey, some story that'll make. You slayed a tiny dragon. Well done.
No, I suppose I'll just have to hunt you down like a teeny tiny bunny rabbit.
Right then.
Roast
You want
you
to do
over
your
the
job
top.
then and answer doors, since that's seems to be your forte.
No. This is your world. We're all just living in it. By all
Don't
means.
you forget it. Outramere, door!
Oh yes, of
Knock,
course,
knock,
of course.
knock on the door.
Open the door. Outramere always stands at attention, like yes.
Tristan rubs his forehead and wonders why the fuck he's still traveling with these two. And regrets everything he said to Raptor the other night.
Raptor's finally realizing that Outramere is just an overtly good, goofy-ass orc.
100%.
He's just now figuring that out.
Yes. I can't wait to see what anything you throw at me. I'm like, yes, let's go.
As you guys are kind of enjoying each other's company, you hear at the door again. Knock, knock, knock.
Oh yes, I'll open the door. Hello.
As you open the door, you find in front of you a.
Boy, that guy's shady. He's up to
Look
something.
at
Look at that fucking face.
Oh, is that our cart driver?
Oui, monsieur, I am your cart
Oh
driver.
no!
No!
No! Utramir! Utramir! You didn't check to see who it was before you hired him?
Well, they said they would send over a top man.
Oh,
I
no.
am the, how you say, top man.
Oi, mate.
At least that which you can afford.
Oi, mate! And Raptor walks over and stands in front of him and starts doing one of these. You know the fucker that runs the magic shop? You his brother?
No, he is a distant relation. I barely consider him a cousin. He is a little bit of a, how you say, a shite, if in my opinion. I am simply here to make a honest living. Is that how you say? Is a honest living? Is that the phrase?
Mm-hmm.
Oi, mate. That's fantastic that you're not close to your distant relative and you think he's a piece of shite, because frankly he is, and you have a pretty steep hill in front of you, but I need you to really reinvent yourself here and really show me you're not like that distant relative, alright?
Well, I can see what I can do, sir.
No, sorry, it's your voice, you can't do a thing. No.
Captain, do not be rude to this man. He is going to be joining us on our adventure. He will be driving the cart for us.
You are very right, sir. My Urkish friend. I will be your cart driver for the duration of your hiring. My name is Favrin Uragi, at your service. And he bows to Utramir and all in the doorway.
I will take my hat off and bow to him. Thank you, sir.
He bows just a little bit. He bows just a little bit lower.
Utramir bows just that much lower too.
Tristan picks up Utramir and pulls him back up. He just kind of grips him by the collar and goes, "Stand up."
Well, sirs, your cart is awaiting you south of town. It is ready whenever you are.
Everybody pack up everything that they need?
You know, I'm really thinking we need to consider, once again, Raptor staying behind and holding down Sandpoint. I really think we need to do that.
Tristan
And
leans
he's
down and
just
just
staring
snatches
at
up
this
Raptor
cab
by the
driver.
middle.
Oi, Tristan. We gotta stop doing this.
He brings him back up to so they're face to face. If you don't knock this shit off.
Tristan, big
We were
threats,
making,
no
we
action,
were making some
quit.
really good progress.
Put me down.
If you don't knock this shit off, I'm gonna break every little tiny rib in your teeny tiny rib cage.
Tristan, how about less threatening and more working cooperatively like a team? How about that?
Heed your own advice, Raptor, but okay. And then I drop him.
Let me down.
I think that sounds
All
like
right.
an excellent idea. Cooperation.
All right, then.
Let's load everything onto the cart and get going.
Oi, mate.
Very well, sir. I will assist you in loading the cart. What is it that you would like loaded to the cart?
We have everything that was delivered here on the table, so just start grabbing that and put it on the cart, and we'll pick up the mounts on the way.
Very fine, sir. A moment, please, while I load the cart and ensure that everything is ready for your journey.
You know, I don't mind this guy as much as I thought I would.
Utramir's gonna help him out, bring stuff out to the cart.
Tristan will go pick up the tent, because, yeah.
He refers to both you, Utramir, and Tristan. Well, that is very fine of you, sirs, to assist me in the labors of my task. I thank you very much. It will certainly assist in, speeding things along.
It's our pleasure. Thank you for taking this job. Did your employer let you know what kind of task, where we'll be riding to, what kind of task we will be accomplishing?
He told me that the services required were for the driving of your carts, as well as manning it as on a needed basis for 2 golds per day. As far as the specifics, he was somewhat lacking in detail.
I think
mate, I'll give you 3 gold per day to go home. We can handle this one.
Oh, don't listen to him. He's just joking. Raptor is a very jokey person.
No, I mean it. I will give you... Fuck, I'll do 10. I'll do 10 gold to turn around and go home. Fuck off. Tell your boss you did the job. Take the money.
Joking.
Well,
don't listen to him. He's gonna fly on a bird anyway. He's not going to have much interference in the day-to-day going on. I mean, he lives in a hole, for Christ's sake.
Alright, mate, you know what? 10 gold to fuck off. Be my guest. Fine by me.
Well, my little friend, that is very kind of you, but I must respectfully decline. I wish to, earn a honest living. Yes.
See, Raptor, some people have something called honor, honesty, and integrity.
Oi, mate, I'm paying you for a job. Your job is to fuck off, and you get paid for it. That's honest as it gets.
Can I get paid for that job?
Yeah, shit, I would love that job.
In real life, I want that.
Yeah.
You gotta meet a raptor first.
Good point.
And you gotta piss him off just at first sight.
Just say, nope, not dealing with this guy.
Yep.
Apparently all it takes is a French accent.
Very
Man, I gotta up my
French
game.
accent.
No, no, it is. We are talking A+. Come on.
I try
Alright, mate.
and fail.
All right, let's get going then. We have horses to pick up and traveling to do, so let's go do it.
Yes, I have already taken the liberty in escorting your horses to the carts. They are ready for you.
Raptor?
Great. I whistle and hop on Robin and take to the sky.
Oh, Eddie, he kind of looks at Raptor and Robin as they fly away and turns to Tristan and Tamir. A very fine mount for a little lad.
He has an inferiority complex, just leave him be.
Yes, I have heard of such a, what is the word? Affliction? A Napoleonic complex?
Something like that.
Something like that, yes indeed.
Raptor swoops down. What the fuck you still standing there for? Let's go!
All right. We all can't fly, Raptor. Just give us a minute. We gotta get, mounted up and ready to go, and we'll go. You don't even know which way we're going.
Hey, well, I'm Mr. Longlegs, and I can't even walk anymore. Hurry up, Tristan.
It's long shanks, asshole.
All right, hop on it then.
All right, so it takes you about 20-30 minutes to make your way outside of town. It seems that the cart is already made ready for you, and an associate of Favelin is kind of holding the cart and holding the reins while the party makes their way to their mounts. Yes, very good. Thank you very much. And Favelin throws him a silver piece for his assistance, and then the person that was holding the cart and the reins returns to town.
How do you spell our cart driver's name?
Favelin is Favian. And his last name? Uggerii. Uggerii.
Awesome. I added him to the D&D non-playable characters list.
Nice.
I was like, I want to make sure that I won't be like, oh, what's your name? Cart guy. Later.
Dude, of fucking course, our cart driver is French. Of fucking course he is.
Hey. Prior to World War I, French, and I think the French still have like the best military record of the old world European nations, so put some respect on their names.
Look, all I know is Marshall was real fucking proud of himself for that French fucking magic shotgun. We should have seen this one coming, boys. Of fucking course he'd stick us with another Frenchman.
Notice you're the only one who's pissed off at this.
I'm delighted.
It's my French heritage. I'm allowed to be angry at French
that's
people.
self-hatred.
I get it. It's
Well,
like meat and potatoes, you know.
Messieurs,
I love them, but too many.
Well, messieurs, shall we go on our journey? It is a long way to Magnemar.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
go.
All right, onward and onward. He
Did you just
hops
say
onto.
onward and onward?
Yes, that is.
Is that a saying where you're from?
That is the phrase, if I am not mistaken.
Boy, fuck, never mind. I fly back to the sky.
I want to add that one to my repertoire.
Onward and onward. Well then, Tristan kind of, does the heroic atypical knight thing as he rears Longshanks back and goes, onward and onward then, to Magnemar! And he says it very, very loudly so that Raptor can hear.
Yeah, Raptor mutters to himself, fucking idiot. He doesn't know what it is either.
Says the one who doesn't know what cold-blooded is. Doesn't know what cold-blooded is. You don't even know about yourself.
Raptor doesn't even know if he is cold-blooded or not.
He thinks a hole is a house.
Look, man, sometimes you just gotta dig a house.
Sometimes you just gotta do it.
Yeah, but not anymore, because the fucking cart driver's a Frenchman. I ain't digging no house on that cart. Fuck that. We stayed in the sky.
Oh, I bet it. Come on, it's gotta smell. It's gotta smell nice, right? It's got. I bet.
It's got that new cart smell.
Right. Fresh leather seats and heated.
Did you buy this? Was this cart like pre-made, or did you have this cart built to order?
I think it was pre-built, right? It was like the last one that was pre-built.
Okay.
It was.
When we get back,
Prefabricated. It's a stock. It was stock.
To
This model, luxury.
describe this cart.
Stock, like mid-range sedan. No bespokeness.
To describe this cart, it is something akin to a westward expansion sort of covered cart, a canvas covering over a wood frame with a small kitchen in the back with your bare essentials, a small cook kit, a couple of drawers here and there, and storage for whatever it is that you'd like to pack into it. It in total will carry right around 400 pounds worth of gear, something like just about as much as you have on you at the moment. It has 2 seats, kind of a bench seat up front, one for the cart driver as well as a passenger, and various locks and hitches and hooks for various accoutrements, as well as hitching the reins to any beasts of burden or riding mounts that you would prefer to have tied to the cart itself instead of riding them.
Boy, and that cost you 35 gold, Uchimir.
Don't say a thing.
isn't it a steal?
Oh, Uchimir, I thought you were nice and clean. No crime for you.
Oh no, you're right. I mean, it's not it's I need to think about what I've done. I may have stolen.
I know, Uchimi, I'm giving you a hard time. I'm just bitter about how much potions cost.
Magic is expensive.
Also, isn't it a steal? Utramir says, hits the cart and something falls off of it.
You want to roll a strength check on that?
Yeah.
Is it a piece of steel that falls off of the cart?
Are you trying to hit it hard?
No, I was thinking, sorry, just stupid joke.
Okay.
Really stupid joke. See, this thing's well put together.
Actually, it seems to be pretty well built. A little weathered. Certainly not made recently, but well maintained and has a couple of areas of refurbishment, but overall in good working order.
Hey, then you know what? Actually, this was a good deal. I'll take 35. I'll spend 35 gold on this.
All right. So as you make your way outside of town, I'm gonna have you assign yourselves in a couple of different roles as you travel to Magnamar. First role is going to be leader, who is kind of heading the group, kind of giving direction and just leading everyone in the right direction.
Well, seeing as Tristan and I can go at this for hours, I think Utramir should be in charge.
Well, let me rephrase. There's a couple of different roles you can play. There's leader, which is essentially the person that is heading the caravan, calling out the directions. There is the scout or reconnaissance individual that is kind of going forward and kind of getting the scope of the land. And then there is the person that is following the rear and just kind of defending the rear of the carts.
Stand by it. Uchimir should lead. I'll scout. Tristan defend.
Fair enough.
All right.
Hell yeah, Utramir's in charge now. Ain't that right, Utramir? You run the show. You're in charge. And Raptor looks at Tristan and smirks at him.
Me? I'm in charge? Well, I think of it more as like a joint thing.
Yeah.
Boy, well, our lives are in your hands.
Now go scout. Scout. Utramir, or Tristan like smirks back at Raptor. Like, you're dismissed, Corporal.
Boy, don't worry, buddy. I'll make sure to watch your back so you don't get taken out by any wilderness creatures. I know there's some scary ones out there, like rabbits. And he pulls his hood up as he hops back on Robin and flies away.
Tristan just kind of knocks his bow and aims. Is like, no one would know. I don't know where the quick little bastard went. Last time I checked, he was in the sky. I miss him already.
Sir, the Falvin refers to Uchimir. Is your little friend always like that?
Oh, he's very eccentric. Nothing. He's just a very lovely but odd fellow at times. So pay him no mind.
No mind indeed, sir. So, Raptor, go ahead and roll a survival check. Start with Raptor.
21.
Okay. And do you report your findings back to the group?
What are my findings?
So as you scout forward, you find that the path from Sandpoint to Magnamar is laden with the Lost Coast Road, a relatively well-traveled dirt road between the two settlements. As you kind of scout forward, you scout, let's say, a few miles ahead, and it seems that the path is pretty well traveled, pretty well marked. And as long as you stay on the road itself, It doesn't seem that you'd find yourself in any sort of peril with the varying coastal forests on either side and the mountains to the far east.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like anything super noteworthy to report. So Raptor's just gonna look for drugs until they catch up.
Okay, roll a nature check.
That is 22.
Actually, I'll let you keep that nature check, but we're gonna hop back to Uchamir for a moment. Uchamir, roll a survival check. Let's see how well you lead.
Survival. Oh, awesome. 24.
All right. You stay true to the path and lead the carts as well as the party members behind you onto the Lost Coast Road until you find Raptor. Looks like he's scrounging around for various natural remedies. Raptor, you find... Let's see what you find. 22, you say. Okay, you find a...
More.
You find a single red amanita mushroom.
Perfect. Got 2 of them fuckers now.
Oh, wait, sorry. Scratch that. You find a blue elemental mushroom.
Ooh, all right. We're getting the rainbow going here.
All right, and then Tristan, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay, that's not horrible. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. You don't really notice anything of note. A couple of passersby, a few people going up and down the road, but nothing particularly of particular note. Actually, it seems a pretty barren road, given that it's a main road between a relatively large town and a major city. But you also kind of pass it off as it's the beginning of winter. People are not really traveling as much as usual. So it's probably nothing. All right, so that brings us to about midday or so. I'm going to have Raptor go ahead and roll another survival check.
Another 22.
Okay. As you kind of scout farther ahead, you find a looks like a small roadside inn. Pretty tattered, a little bit smaller than you might I think expect from that of Sandpoint, but more of a watering hole, a stopping area for travelers.
I go in immediately.
Okay.
Yes.
I will once again wait for the party to catch up. I assume they'll stop here. Especially if they haven't seen me until they get to here. I'm really testing the trust of my party members right now. The trust that they so willingly agreed to give.
Oh man. We're in trouble.
Okay. One moment. All right. So as you walk through the tavern, it seems that walk through the front door. It seems that the tavern and inn is relatively Spartan, a little bit light on travelers this time of year. But a kind of a grizzled-looking individual, kind of almost with a perpetual angry scowl individual, seems to be tending bar and pouring drinks for those at the tavern. He kind of notices your approach and but continues to pour drinks for those around him.
How many other people are here?
There's about a dozen or so.
I walk up to the bar, I flutter up onto it, and say, "Oi, friend, you and this building look like they have a side quest in it, and I'll revisit that one later, but for now, can you pour me a drink?" I throw him a gold piece. And keep him coming.
What a dick.
at a wide eye, his gaze widens at the sight of the gold piece. Well, would you like the house ale?
That sounds delightful.
Yeah, I'll get it for you.
Perfect.
He slides you a raptor-sized tankard of house ale. There's very kind of the gold piece. That'll do you for a few drinks.
Perfect. It's exactly how long I intend to stay.
All right.
Say, you got any dark secrets here? Maybe a secret in the attic or a secret in the basement? I don't know. I'm just getting really side questy vibes from you.
What are you talking about, you crazy little bastard?
All right, fair enough. I'll find him myself later on. We'll be back. Never mind. I'm not saying anything. I'm already drunk. I'm hammered. I'm here for more. And Raptor just shuts up and drinks until his teammates show up.
All right, so go ahead and roll 3. Nope, we're gonna put a pin in that. We're gonna see what how Utramir does. Go ahead and roll a survival check.
Not awesome. 15.
All right, so though you find a couple of crossroads and you have to stop for a moment and question which direction to go, you make the decision to follow the line of follow the coastline as it's being shown on the world map that you found in the Foxglove Manor. Tristan, roll a perception check.
All right, that's much better. Thank you, D&D gods, for that generous 25.
All right. You notice a couple passersby, a few that look a little bit kind of eye you in a somewhat questionable manner, but it seems that they kind of go on about their business and continue on the road northward from you. It takes you about 3 more hours to make it to the tavern, a kind of a roadside tavern, more of an inn. Right about the time that night is beginning to fall, you more than before notice that the days are growing shorter and there are fewer hours in the day. Raptor, roll, I'll say 3 fortitude saves, 1 for every hour.
First one's a 14. Second one, 22. Third one, 19.
Okay. All right, so as the two of you come to the roadside tavern inn, what do? You have not heard at all any reports from Raptor.
Well, shall we stay at the inn for the night, gentlemen?
I think we shall, but given that we haven't heard from Raptor, I think we can logically assume that he's dead. And, well, I think we should strive to carry on in his memory.
No, Raptor couldn't be dead. Tristan, tell me Raptor isn't dead.
I mean, we haven't heard from him in a few hours, and I mean, you know how unlike Raptor that is?
I know that. Oh God, no!
Tristan grabs Outremer by the lapels and smacks him really hard. Get a hold of yourself, man.
Okay.
Let's go into the inn.
Outremer is such a fucking goon, dude. I love it.
So as you make your way into the inn, you too notice the somewhat prickly tavern and innkeeper. And right next to him, a slightly inebriated raptor.
Raptor, you're alive! I grab him.
I turn around. Oh, it took you long enough. And then I kind of stumble forward and almost fall off the bar and catch myself.
Definitely
He's
grab
just
you.
muttering to himself. He's like, of course I can't be that fucking lucky.
You're alive, my friend. I start kissing you on that. Just you're alive. He's alive, everyone.
Why wouldn't I be? You tell me a scout ahead, and I can tell you this ale's fantastic.
Oh, I was just so worried. I thought we thought you were dead.
That's just hopeful thinking from Tristan. Pay no mind to it.
Tristan kind of thinks to himself, he's like, well, I can make it reality pretty easily. But no.
After throws another gold piece on the table and calls to the bartender. Oi, can I get another one and two for my friends, please?
Hey, I can. Pass ales for the lot.
Have you been doing this a lot lately?
Yeah, I've heard it many a time.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Do you by chance have rooms available for us?
Yeah, we got a few rooms for you if you need it.
Yes. How many rooms would we like, gentlemen?
Yeah, the little guy. He needs much more than a matchbox, but the two of you. Well, I got a room for the both of you if you like it.
Perfect.
Where's the Frenchman?
Where's
Bone again?
Fucking Frenchman. He sleeps in the cart. Don't let him in.
He's not a person.
At the mention of his name, you hear coming from outside. Oui, monsieur, I shall make sure that the horses are well fed and sleep in the stables. That is fine by me.
All right. Let us know if you need anything else.
Oi, mate. Don't make me do fucking pity party for you. Come on in here. I'll buy you a fucking room. All right, just don't fucking talk to me. All right, just don't fucking talk to me. I'll buy you a bed. Okay? Don't pull pity party. All right, you don't have to sleep in the fucking stables. Okay? You can have a fucking room. Just don't talk to me. Deal?
It is very kind.
I said don't fucking talk to me. I'm not gonna fucking talk to me. All right, mate.
Just really harsh on your mellow.
Okay.
I throw another gold piece for the fucking Frenchman, and I just walk outside while he's inside.
All right. Why don't you come in and just have a drink with us, and then you can sleep where you like.
It is very kind, sir, but I must tend to the horses first. Make sure that they are properly fed and brushed and watered. I will be about an hour before I can accompany you.
I'm gonna go help him. I shall help you, sir.
Oh, that is very kind indeed, but I can manage myself if you would prefer to enjoy a drink.
Tristan's gonna kind of put a hand on you, Chimera, like, I need you here for a bit.
Oh, okay. Sorry. The next time I shall help you.
Very kind, indeed, sir. And he goes off the door to tend to the horses.
As he comes outside, Raptor sees him come back outside. Oi, mate. Why are you following me?
I am not following you, sir. I am simply attending to the horses.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, mate. Fuck. All right. I start climbing up him towards his shoulder.
What are you doing, sir? I do not understand.
Look, mate, you're non-essential, all right? That means you can be out here and a fucking wolf or something will come out and fucking kill you, and then we don't have a cab driver. All right? So I'm going to hang out with you. And make sure that doesn't happen, okay? Just fucking take care of the horses quietly, please.
He seems a little bit strucken by your demeanor and by the fact that you climbed up his shoulder, but he says, as you like, sir, I suppose I will tend to the horses then. And he tends to the horses.
And I'm on his shoulder, definitely kind of drunk at this point, like holding on and gripping really tight.
All right. So, going back to the bar, Tristan and Uchimir, what are you doing? Just drinking?
Tristan's kind of casting a wary glance around the bar. He's like, Uchimir, on the way in, we sort of got on the road, we got a couple of second looks. I just want you to keep a weather eye out. I don't know if these people are too friendly. Like Hemlock said before we left, we're going to a place where not everybody knows our names, and we're not exactly the heroes of Sandpoint anymore. We're more people could be sizing us up to see if we're easy pickings.
It's true. I shall keep my eyes open.
Keep an eye open, act casual, and see what we can't figure out. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm gonna make I want to roll perception if that's cool. See if I notice anything.
Go ahead.
In the bar.
I'm gonna see if I can't read any lips around the bar.
Okay.
That was a 27.
Yeah.
While y'all are doing that, I'm gonna keep being drunk on a Frenchman.
Tristan, go ahead and roll perception as well.
All right. That is that's a 24.
Okay. You both notice, let me back up. It seems that the patrons of the bar are quietly enjoying their food and drink, kind of settling in for an evening's rest. It seems that the tavern in itself is predominantly a watering hole, a resting spot for weary travelers, a place to lie one's head as they move from place to place. Though it seems that you have garnered the attention of one individual in particular, a woman sitting on the opposite side of the bar with a purple coat individual beside her. The woman herself looks at you both in a little bit of a intrigued glance, and after a moment, she grabs her drink from the table and walks up to you.
I don't want to blow you. I don't want to say anything too presumptuous, but I think that woman in the purple cloak might have a thing for you.
Me?
Yes, of course, you.
Who said that any interest in her? I'm so sorry.
That's fucking awesome.
Ujamir's just being over here like Sheba.
I'm picturing him with a real disgusted face looking over. Oh, who said I had any interest in her?
Ujamir over here with that Sigma male grind set. Nothing gets in the way of his mind.
Is she by us when I said that?
She's about halfway between where she's sitting and where you are.
Okay.
But when you said that.
I get the feeling she might be interested in me, but I wonder if, like you said, Tristan, she may have. Well, maybe I should go talk to her.
It seems that as you kind of are conversing, she makes her way to the bar and ushers the bartender to pour another drink. She looks at Uchmir in particular and says, by your garb, I would say that you are an adventurer, are you not?
You would be right, madam. You would be right.
Well, very fine indeed. I bet you have many stories of your trepidations and grand exploits. Am I wrong?
Tristan subtly reaches over and makes sure that Ujamir's coin purse is still there.
I think most of our exploits have been greatly exaggerated. What have you heard?
I have only just met you, good sir. You must tell me of your exploits.
Oh, I thought you knew.
Should I have known?
Oh, you know.
You made friends with a Goblin King.
Yeah, pretty big deal.
The Goblin King, you say? That must be a story.
Sure. Are you here by yourself?
Well, and she refers to, kind of points towards a kind of a narrow-eyed individual dressed in a fine purple garb. My brother, I tried to get him over here so he could enjoy our conversation, but he's a little less friendly than I am.
Your brother, why don't we go sit by him instead?
Grand idea. Please. And she grabs her drink from the bar and begins to walk over to her brother.
This wench. Tristan picks up his own drink and follows after.
Definitely gonna check to see if my money's still on me, and then walk over.
It seems that it's still attached.
All right. I don't trust this for a second.
She belongs to the streets.
Yeah. Would you care if my friend and I took a seat with you, sir? And your sister?
Well, I think that would be a fine idea, I suppose. Please, take a seat.
I am Utramir Zashel, my friend Tristan, and you may have seen the little fellow flapping about. His name is Raptor.
I have not seen your raptor friend, but...
He was the belligerent little drunk dragon at the bar.
Yes. I remember now.
It's kind of hard to miss, even for his size.
Well, you must forgive my little sister. She can be a bit presumptuous when it comes to adventure. She has a knack of enjoying the storytelling that you folk love to tell. And her sister kind of comes back. I enjoy the stories as much as you enjoy your whatever it is that you enjoy. And it looks like there's a little bit of a brother-sister quarrel going on here.
Is there something should we leave you two alone to settle whatever is between you both?
The woman turns to Tristan. No, not at all. I was just simply inquiring as to your various stories. I'm sure you have many to tell. You'll have to forgive my brother. He's a bit... Well... Actually, both of you roll perception check. Let's find out.
What is her brother about?
26.
15.
So you both notice that the male individual, though fine in figure... I'm going to bring this back up. Though fine in figure, is lacking on his right side an ear. Seems that it has kind of carved over in a mess of scar tissue. You'll have to forgive my brother. He never cared for outsiders. After, well, he had a incident with the Magnamarian. That's enough. The brother says.
Well, not to step on your toes, sir, but we are on our way to Magnamar. What exactly happened in Magnamar?
Magnamar, it's a city of degenerates, if you ask me. And I'll go ahead and add that you both notice that both these individuals seem to be Scarny, a cultural group of Greater Varisia that are predominantly known for their traveling ways and their enjoying of moving from place to place, often associated with various gangs, criminal gangs and associations, but at large part, they are a people native to Varisia that are kind of a cultural group often shunned by the greater establishment.
Well, sir, I have heard very much the same. I've never been to Magnamar myself, but I've heard very much the same. It's a hive of scum and villainy, you might say.
Scum and villainy. Well, it has that, certainly, but the true scum is that at the top, not at the bottom. Those that would consider you their betters. Those that look down on us. He kind of points to his sister and a couple others in the bar. Us, Skarsny.
Tristan very quietly sips his ale. Speaking as somebody who comes from the higher up.
But you'll have to forgive my sister. She loves hearing stories of grand deeds and adventures such as yourselves.
I mean, don't we all love a good story?
Absolutely. You cannot go wrong, right?
Only if the story is true.
Oh, we have many a story that would seem untrue. In fact, if you had told me half the things we had done on our adventures before I had met Tristan and Raptor, I wouldn't have believed it myself.
Then please, do tell. Do enthrall us with your story.
Real quick, is the Frenchman done dealing with the horses yet?
Nope. He's about halfway done.
Fucking A, mate. Speed it up.
It looks like he's brushing out the coats of the horses at this point.
Oi, it's cold. Leave it. They need it.
If you prefer to go inside while I finish with the horses, you are free to do so, sir.
All right, just fucking promise me you're not gonna fucking die while I'm gone, okay?
I'm
just trying to make sure you won't fucking die.
I shall do my best to not
what happened
succumb
to
to the elements.
All right, mate. Look, best of luck. I won't shed a fucking tear if you do, though. I'll see you inside. Raptor goes inside and sees the dudes at the table and just flutters up and kind of sits down with a drink.
Right about the time that you come in is about the time where the woman is asking for a story from Utramir.
Well, story. I mean, we have many a tale to tell. Of
what about the demon?
Demon?
What? Utramir, who is this, real quick?
What are your names? Actually,
We never did get to names.
Oh, yes. How forgetful of me. My apologies. I am Adriana, and this is my brother, Sandu.
How you spell that name?
Adriana is Adria. It's actually, I mispronounced Adria. And the brother is Sandu, Sandu.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Clearly, we know who mom and dad loved more.
Tristan, would you like to tell the story? I fear that my storytelling abilities are not as good as my abilities with a sword.
Hey, Utramir, Tristan will botch it. You were the real hero of that event. You tell the story.
Tristan finishes his ale, slams the tankard down onto Raptor, and goes, well, if the lady insists on a story.
Then why don't I tell it? Great idea, Tristan. So
Tristan
there
slams
we
the
were,
tankard back
fighting.
down on Raptor as if to hitting him with a hammer. Like just going.
Oi, why y'all want a story?
We are traveling folk. We love hearing and telling of stories. The Azarni are not rich in their wares, but rich in their culture. And this is how we keep stories alive. We love to tell and retell and hear them over and over again.
Can I do a perception check to see if she's bullshitting me?
Go ahead.
Didn't hurt.
15 plus 18. Fucking 33.
She seems genuinely interested in hearing a adventure story of your trials and tribulations. And she seems that she is telling the truth.
Tell her about how you and you alone slayed that manticore.
All right.
Well, Tristan, I'm taking back seat here too. You can be as big a man as me and do it as well.
Tristan ignores that very obvious barb, and just goes, well, there were sort of, the manticore was another ordeal. The demon came before this little fellow joined us. So Utramir, myself, and the other members of our party were, we were in the pursuit of a woman who had a bit of a, I would say she made a pact with a very dark entity and was looking to enact her revenge upon the people of the good town of Sandpoint. It was our responsibility to follow the lead and figure it out. When we confronted the woman, we, gave her what for, and dispatched her swiftly, but not before she could summon a demon from another plane of existence. At this point, we were well bloodied and sort of on our back feet, but we managed to fight it off quite ably, I would say. Outremer, with all the panache as due his considerable skill, managed to fend it off. Our companion Zero managed to get in a few magical blows. Then I managed to, in no small part, I guess, aid in my own capacity. I don't think I did too much to aid a bit in dispatching the thing, but we did away with it all right, and we got a pelt out of it. So.
Oh, he's being modest. You should have seen the way that Tristan fights.
About time he learns how to be humble.
Well, it's a very fine tale, indeed. You must be great adventurers to complete such a quest.
We're no slouches when it comes to our craft, but I think there's a fair amount of luck involved.
Oh, yes.
All right.
As Raptor did say, we encountered a manticore on our later questing, and we were able to bring it down in a similar way after battling ghosts and other specters.
Hold on, Tristan. Hold on. No more details. We gave one story. Now we need one story.
Would you like to hear a story?
Of course.
I'd love to. And I hail to the bartender and try to get drinks for the whole table.
He comes over grizzled with a tray of drinks for the entire bar. He kind of holds out a hand to one of you to pay for the drinks.
I'd hand him 2 gold.
Right. Well, since you are headed to Magnamar, would you care for a story about Magnamar?
That would be great.
Sure.
Would you prefer the story of Magnamar's founding, or perhaps something a bit more close to my own people?
The second one.
Yeah.
Very well.
The first one was a long time ago. Second one seems like you may have experienced it.
Well,
True the story.
It's happened long before my time, but I have heard the story many a time, so I'm sure I could tell it to you with some gusto. Following the founding of Magnamar some 100 years ago, the founders of Magnamar set their establishment and set their city at a place that was sacred to my people, a place where we often saw angels in the night, haloed by the stars and glistening by the moonlight. Of the founders, there was one, a Ordelia, that inquired as to the stories of our sightings of the angels at this holy spot, a place that we often found refuge in our travels. You must know that the Skarni are often known for their traveling amount around Magmar and the greater Varisia area. We love to seek out adventure, hearing stories of other travelers and understanding the ways of different cultures. Well, we often found this place to be a place where we saw these angels, and that happened to be the place that the founders of Magnamar set up their city. We told this Ordelia, one of the founders, to sit and wait for 7 days and 7 nights at this one spot. She was not believing in our ways. She did not believe in our angel gods, as it were. But after the 7th day and the 7th night, she saw a great light that emerged in the darkness of the night. And there, convinced, she decided that she would move her contingent of settlers across the way, across the river. And in so doing, she founded her own settlement adjacent to Magnamar that would eventually grow to be a sub-district of Magnamar, but we now call it the Ordelia district. At this very place, a storm hits several years following, and Ordelia, being the alchemic and wise woman that she was, prayed to the angels for reverence, for guidance, for a guide through the storm that was set to destroy Magnamar and all that the settlers had built. And the gods and the angels decided to bless the site at which she saw the angel. The tower that was built at that spot shattered into a mist of millions of glass crystals that added to the stars of the sky. And in doing so, it ended the storm that was destined to destroy Magnamar. And in the 18 years following, the Magnamarians, now seeing the truth of the angels of my people, built a great monument, a lighthouse, to light the way for future generations. I tell you this not as a mere story, but as a reflection on the complicated relation between my people and the founders of Magnamar. In the time following, we have had some difficulty with them, but we have always found a place in the Ordelia district south of Magnamar as a place of refuge, a place of safe haven for our people. I suppose a home, if you can call it that. She looks out kind of in remembrance and great thought. She kind of turns her glance away from you and towards a neighboring window into the darkness as she just ponders quietly. As she finishes, her brother kind of scoffs at this story. Magnamar and their degenerate leaders. That's all they are. They don't know. They don't care for us. All they care is for their trade. Nothing else.
I mean, isn't trade the lifeblood of any city?
Certainly the lifeblood of Magnamar. But I say the blood of any city, the lifeblood, as you put it, is the blood of its people, not of its gold.
I would happen to agree with that, sir. Raise my glass to that.
He doesn't raise his glass to join yours, but he does take a large drink in response.
During the girl's story, Raptor was sitting there looking at her super entranced, just like nodding along. Like, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
This is the absolute worst time for.
And then as she finished the story, Raptor just kind of slumps backwards and reaches his hand back and touches Tristan's hand on the counter and just says through touch telepathy, Scarny, Scarnetti, and then stands up and walks over towards the dude, like super fucking hammered at this point. Oi, mate, what are you on, bat? Magnum Mob Elite bad. I like your style. Tell me more.
Well, Magnumarians, they're those that lead see themselves above those that follow. And the lords, as they would call themselves, they care only in gold and trade and deals, not of true understanding of this land or what it can give, the stories it can tell. Magnamar is a trade city. Not much more than that. The Varetians, they'll tell you that it's the city of monuments.
Like monuments?
City to
super entranced by this guy's story, nodding along wide-eyed.
They'll tell you it's a metropolis, city of monuments, a monument to their own vanity, perhaps. Nothing more than that.
I believe it. Money is, while I appreciate earning it, I do not hold it above my fellow people.
Well, that is good, my orc friend. Though you would be in poor company if you were in the elite, as they like to call themselves, of Magnamar. My people have only suffered at their leadership, if you can call it that. Scraping a living, barely making it. Some of us, unfortunately, have turned to a life of crime to ensure their survival. But
is that what Tristan kind of just taps one of his own ears?
Yes, I found myself at the wrong end of what they call the law.
Whoa. Hold on, you're saying you stole something and they cut your ear off for it?
Smuggled was my chosen profession for a time. I made a few contacts here and there, tried to ply my trade, but that was not well received by the elite. And unable to pay the fine, I was given a choice. Rot in the dungeons, or take my chances with the knuckle dice of the jailer. That's what chooses your punishment, as they see fit to call it.
Law is
Boy,
harsh,
mate,
but it is the law.
You gotta go to Sandpoint, mate. You can get away with anything there. Steal a crossbow, give them a painting, they call it great. Holy shit, when did this happen? Is this everywhere?
Tristan is going to reach over and pinch Raptor in the on the sides of his little neck.
Tristan, touch me one more time and I will turn into a fucking monster. I'm getting fucking tired of this. Quit treating me like a baby.
Raptor, you stole a crossbow?
I would never. I would never Ultramere. Raptor turns and is like doing one of these. I would never.
Tristan's
just a
looking
random.
at him like that's what I was pinching your neck for, dumbass.
Just if I had,
I
had the feeling that I could have gotten away with it in Sandpoint.
Absolutely.
Maybe it's unfounded, but I just felt like maybe I could have.
I see. It's more like just an example. I see.
Yes, we were on great terms with Sheriff Hemlock, each and every one of us.
Absolutely. He's a very good man.
But they cut your ear off for smuggling? Holy fuck. And Raptor kind of turns away and is processing that he got off way easy in Sandpoint compared to this dude.
Yeah, you did. And who talked you out of most of those? That's right.
Nah, Tristan didn't talk me out of anything. Tristan just got Raptor in more trouble the one time he looked for Tristan's help.
Oh, no. Raptor got himself in more trouble. Tristan was playing damage control.
Nah, Tristan fucking summoned the entire town as an audience to watch while Raptor asked him multiple times to just take the fucking jug. But anyway, that's 9 sessions ago now, so let's maybe move on from that. Maybe someday.
Maybe someday when Raptor admits that Tristan was right.
No, this entire time, the male individual is just kind of drinking his ale, watching you 3 bicker amongst yourselves.
Well, it's unfortunate that you have to see us bicker like this. It's been a long journey. But thank you for the stories you have both told us. It sounds like we will have to be very careful in Magmar, especially not of thieves or anything like that, but more of the upper crust.
Just stay away from the high cleft. That's where I made my mistake. I thought I might make a bit more gold up there, but clearly I was wrong.
Tristan kind of takes another swig of his ale, suddenly feeling a little more self-conscious.
Well, it was a pleasure meeting you both, but I think I will call tonight myself. But if my friends would like to continue talking, I say go for it.
I would like to. I'd like to actually.
Frenchman done yet?
It looks.
I will go and check in on him, Raptor. Why don't you regale our new friends with some more stories? I know that you consider yourself a extraordinary storyteller. I give him a little pat on the back and then just take my leave.
Actually, right about this point is when your coachman comes through the front door.
Yes.
Looks like he's complete with his task.
Thank God you didn't die.
Were you worried about him?
He was worried about him.
No.
I will assure you.
Essential.
I will assure you, sir, Mr. Raptor, that I was in no position of trouble. No worries there. I can certainly take care of myself in a stable. I'm very, very well versed in such a setting.
All right, mate. I get it. You hang out with horses a lot.
Please, my friend, we can get a room for you.
That is very kind.
I already bought them out a room.
Oh, you did?
We're good. I did.
Oh, that is very kind indeed, sir. I thank you. And he tips his hat towards you, Raptor.
Yeah, just remember what I asked. Do you remember what I asked?
I forgot what you asked.
don't talk.
You did it. Great. Don't talk. Keep that up. And we're on it.
My greatest apologies, sir. I shall refrain from talking to you in these future.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay,
no, no.
starting now, right? Starting now. Sound good? Yes, great.
I barely saw it, so.
No. I was intentionally talking fast, so maybe you'd get it.
My apologies, sir.
Oh,
Fabian,
no.
you know, don't pay no
Flavian,
mind to
just go to bed. Just go to bed.
Pay no mind to Raptor. He actually, I can tell he cares about you. He just doesn't want to admit it yet.
Well, I see that you have a new friend. I see that it is quite late, and I too must retire. I bid you fine gentlemen adieu and a good night's sleep.
Thank you, Fabian.
Raptor. Wait, was it the Frenchman or was that the?
That was the
brother?
other guy.
That's the brother. Okay.
Oh, the brother. I'm sorry.
The accents are mixed a little bit.
You're good. You're good. Sorry.
Raptor's gonna try and stow away on this brother character.
Oh.
Okay. Roll stealth check.
Damn, I thought
that should do.
Raptor's gonna try and see what he's up to.
Stealth 15. That's a 22.
All right. All right. You managed to stow away at just kind of underneath his jacket collar.
Cool. I'm just gonna stay with him, see if he does anything weird. And if he doesn't do anything weird, I'm gonna fuck off and go to our room and crash in a corner somewhere.
He retires to his room and kind of gets ready for bed. He takes off his jacket to do so, and you fly back. Roll a reflex save.
Is looking good. Reflex is gonna be 15, 13, 28.
All right, you fly back and you manage to catch yourself on a desk in the corner. However, it seems that Sandu has noticed your presence. What is it that you're doing? What is this? It's a very egregious breach of privacy.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Your story just really touched me, and I hoped maybe I could touch you in a similar way.
Chico, wow.
Not like that. Not like that. No, not like. I mean,
I thought
you can either roll a deception or a diplomacy check. Are you trying to trick him, or are you trying?
Raptor's totally just flubbing right now, trying to come up with something.
Roll deception.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's 26.
And he kind of picks you up by the wings and looks at you straight in the eye. It has been a long day, sir, and I would very much like to get some rest if you don't mind.
All right, just do your best to stay away from that French accent there, and I'll see you in the morning, I suppose.
Still holding you by your wings, he opens the door and reaches out and just drops you on the floor.
In the hallway. To the room. I go back to the room, really disappointed, and announce to Tristan and Uchimir, I really thought they were dirty, but I couldn't get any dirt on them. They might be clean.
Oh, they looked pretty. It looked like their clothes and everything had been pretty well maintained. I don't think they were dirty.
They seemed really interested in stories, and he just wanted to go to bed. It's pretty normal, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just goes to show you can't judge a book by its cover. I definitely expected, on our way to Magnamar to run some trouble.
Yeah, side quest, right? Me
right?
too.
But you know what? I think they're okay.
I suppose we'll have to wait till morning to see what This barkeep's got a side quest. He's got some demons in his basement for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Wait, there's demons in the basement?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm super drunk. I'm hammered.
Are you sure you're just not trying to imagine something that's not really there?
All right, Tristan, imagine something that's not really there. Do you want to talk about the manor again? Is that what's up? Yeah, that's what I thought. Keep it to yourself. Anyhow.
Do you want to talk about what you saw and heard in the manor?
Yeah,
Again.
I heard my mother crying for me as I was ripped from her grasp. Your turn.
Oh.
I saw a ghost of my past. Fuck you.
Yup. Vague as
my friends. Please, let's not fight. It's been a long journey. We should call tonight. Set your anger aside.
That's why you're the leader, Uchimir. Good call. Raptor curls up and fucks off to sleep.
All right. Uchimir, Tristan, what are you doing?
Sleep.
Yep, definitely going to call it a night.
All right. I think that's where we're gonna go ahead and call it for tonight. Thank you to all watching now, all watching later. Till next time.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Oh, how the turns have tabled.